Hello everyone, and welcome to the weekly wrap. I am Jamie Barty, and I am the host of this vlog. It's a weekly vlog where I speak about my week in review and share some of the learnings and findings that I get from it. And this week, actually the past 2 weeks has been interesting. We, in the northern rivers of New South Wales and the southeast part of Queensland, which are two states on the east coast of Australia for those of you that are overseas, there have been some floods that have been experienced that are even greater and higher in the water volume and the heights of which the floods reached than the 100-year flood. So there's once every 100 years a flood that reached X height. What many of the areas have experienced here lately has been that catastrophic that one particular area, the flood got as high as 6.9 meters. And last weekend and yesterday I spent some time in the areas, basically taking what we could donation wise, so rallied up some donations of food and nappies and sanitary items and food, even in the likes of just, it has to be tinned food. They don't even have the capacity to heat food. There's no fridges, there's no, the ramifications of what these floods are is devastating. It's the only word for it, and equally humbling. So fortunately enough, I was just out of the area by which the areas were affected. However, my kids were, and they are safe, which is a good thing. However, you just realize how close to home these things come sometimes, and seeing the devastation down there and the thing that just, it's terrible, basically. So what I wanted to share right now was the feeling and the spirit of having nothing, and being humble and having humility to be like, you know what, even when we have nothing, we still have something, and that's our own breath and our own heartbeat and those of the likes, and how important those things are. It's the simple little things that make the difference. And in doing some of the donation stuff that I've done and some of the running around, I bumped into a number of people, some of which I know personally, in this particular town called Wollongbar, and the resolve that these people have that have lost absolutely everything except their lives, which shows the acknowledgement and the appreciation and the gratitude that they have, that they survived, has been phenomenal. There was one gentleman in a car park that was parked next to me, and I overheard him talking to the young girls beside him, and he was saying that through the peak of it, I think it was on the Sunday early AM morning or Monday AM, the house that he lived in, the water rose levels of a step, which is, I don't know, what's that, 6 inches, maybe not quite 6 inches, every 2 minutes the water rose. And he literally just saw his whole life just wash away in front of him. Fortunately enough, he could get onto the top of his house, on his roof, and he was rescued by boats. But to hear his story and to hear his tale, and there are thousands of them, is just mind-blowing. So this week's wrap is just a humble one of humility, just to give thanks for the breath I have, for the health that I have, for the safety that we have as a community, for the fact that everyone's coming together and sharing and caring and donating and giving and helping and removing and rehousing tens of thousands of people is just mind-blowingly devastating and equally humbling. So for this week's weekly wrap, I just want to thank every single one that helped throughout the floods, that is continuing to help now. And even though I wasn't directly impacted by it, indirectly, it's one of those things where you still feel it. And you know, if you're watching this now and you're listening to this now, just because the flood goes away doesn't mean the problems are resolved in a month. This will take months and months and months and months of rebuilding, to which a lot of these people have nothing. There are even tent cities now that local councils will put people into because there's nowhere to house them. It's that bad. So from me to you this week, take care, have a great week, and give yourself a hug, a pat on the back, and especially your loved ones that are close, near and dear to you, because when things like this come, you really appreciate the good things you have in life. So take care and see you all next week. Bye for now.